So it's another day out here on the farm, and it's a hot one today. I'm gonna drive down here and take a look at the where I got my deer stand. I know I'm gonna have to take and come in and do some cutting. This is where I usually disc out and plant a little bit of a food plot. They hay this area here. We allow a guy that comes in and maintains it and keeps it up, makes it where I don't have to mow it. You can see my deer stand right there. And we kind of come along. That's a little island, and that's a permanent vehicle that's down here. It's like the Mazda version of the, I think, Explorer. But anyway, I may wait a little while on knocking this down just because there's so much butterflies and things out here. I really hate to push them out of the way. But I need to get my deer stand set up and get my plot put in. I got a little hanging feeder that I put there. Those deer, they come out, they come out everywhere in the woods here. A lot of times they'll come back from behind me, come out from these woods over here. There's a pond over there. There's a little swamp area that's kind of down and back up in there. Well, as much as I'd love to come out here and play on the tractor and cut all this down, I think I'm gonna wait a little while just because, number one, all the butterflies are out here. Number two, I've got other projects I need to tackle. I've got some T-post that's up there on the top that I need to pull out of the ground, take that old fence and get rid of it. But problem is it's so hot, we haven't had rain in a while, and the ground is like asphalt. So I'm taking my water tanker and soaking those T-posts a little bit, and it softens them up to where I can use the tractor to just pull them out of the ground. So anyway, let's get started on that. So now we're going to get started on pulling these T-posts. I've already got a lot of them pulled up. I really just have this small section right here. So what I use is this little rig right here, and then I just have a long chain on it, and I put it on the forks of the tractor, and that allows me to drop this over that T-post, and then I just lift up on the forks and it pulls it right out. case any of you guys are going to ask about the water tanker and how I've got it rigged up, I'm going to take and explain it to you. And the way I set it up, it's got multiple uses and comes in very handy. This is 1,000 gallons, and I just had to put new tires on it. In fact, I think I had a video of the tires going flat on it a while back. But so I got new tires on it, got the new sump pump on it. That's just a Harbor Freight, the little 212cc Harbor Freight El Cheapo. Works good and starts pretty much on the first pull every time. So anyway, let's check it out. So I got the motor, basically comes out of it, and then I have it plumbed all in here. So I've got a 2-inch fitting for like a fire hose, maybe that's 1.5 inches, but it's got a fire hose thread on it, so I can hook a fire hose up if I need to get some serious water out. So I can turn that off and on here. This right here will control the water that comes up here. So I have a regular water faucet with quick, easy turn off and on. And then I come up and go over and go into the tank here. So this serves two purposes. Not that I'm ever putting any chemicals in here, but if I ever wanted to mix this up with some chemicals, I could just turn that on, and of course it'll cycle through. Main reason is if I have everything turned off but I want to leave that pump running, it'll burn it up if I don't have water flowing. So I can just have water, creating a continuous loop. Same true really if I'm using like a pressure washer or something like that in an area where I don't have a water hose. I can use this and just have it to where a lot of the pressure and water is coming out back into the tank. Once you come back here, I've got it set up to where with this valve I can turn on these 3 basically hose heads. I just have a regular 3/4 hose right there, and I can basically use this as a big sprinkler. 1,000 gallons really doesn't do a whole lot, but sometimes I'll run it up and down the driveway because the asphalt gets really hot and the grass ends up dying when we're in droughty situations like we are today. So anyway, I'm gonna start it up and kind of show you guys how it works. Well, I'm done with that, so it's time to move on to another project. I appreciate y'all staying till the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it.